All right, man. I want to talk about something long overdue, and want to talk about it because I've seen it trending a lot in short form social media videos, and I think it's a topic that um, everything that we talk about here in all the time, it's affected by this thing. And even further down, going to music and more stuff. But that's a completely different conversation. Yeah, we can probably talk about it too. But Joel, I want to talk to you about gatekeeping. I want to talk to you about gatekeeping, and I want to have a conversation with you about it. So, I think the reason I want to talk about it is, I guess you're not allowed to have fun. If you're having fun in a different way that I am having fun, you suck. And that's not the
Yeah,
right way to
yeah,
do it, right?
yeah.
And you're I'm not saying, but you're using the wrong controller, right? That sort of thing. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
you can't
yeah.
play a fighting game without a fight
Yeah.
stick. That you can't play retro games without a CRT, right? Like that, all that stuff. So you can't watch Thunderbolts if you didn't watch 24 other movies before that, and
Right.
and 14 shows. And yeah, man. How about just freaking have fun, man, and like let people do their things their own way. And I agree that there could be potentially better ways of doing certain things, right? If you have the resources to buy yourself a four, eight, six, $800 gaming monitor, and you can plug in your PS5 to it and play on a gaming monitor with low latency, awesome, right? But if all you have is your Hisense TV, and then that's all you got to play your games, like, you're having fun, it's whatever, right? So I just want to get your opinion on that. And we never like fully talked about it, like not even offline, right?
Yeah.
And I think the reason that irks me is because I see a lot of it, like younger people talking about it. It's like, oh no, you're doing it the wrong way. It's like, but like, bro, I was in the trenches, bro. Like, you are enjoying anime because I was renting the VHS tapes from Blockbuster. Like,
What's a VHS tape?
I was scouring Sam Goody for DVDs back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And buying Dragon Ball and Gundam DVDs at Sam Goody. That's why you can enjoy anime today. Like, you can enjoy video games like I don't know, like Sonic, because we all bought Sonic back in the day. Like, we were there, right? And as someone that was there, and back then there was no sort of gatekeeping. It was all on the contrary. It's like, yo, you like anime? Let's go. It's like, what do you like? Oh yeah, I like Dragon Ball. I was like, oh no, I like this weird other like witch girl thing, but it's cool, right? We'll talk about it, right? And back then it was like that, because it was just a few of us. It was just a few of us out there, and you had to create your your group to be able to share these experiences. And then you start as like, oh man, I got you this like bootleg like VHS tape that my cousin found somewhere, and there's some cool like Gundam stuff that doesn't come out here, and you watch it and you enjoy it, right? So like a lot of this stuff that geek culture enjoys today, it's because back in the day we accepted everyone that wanted to come in and be part of that community, and not put gates over it. Like, oh, you want to enjoy gaming? Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the arcade, right? It's like, oh, let's get you a console. It's like, hey, you want to borrow my console? That's how you lose your games, right? It's like, it's like, and
You
it's
have
true,
experience.
and it's true. It's true. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know if I should buy a Sega. I was like, oh, I'll lend you my Sega games so you can see that they're awesome, right? And that sort of thing. Like that back in the day, that was like you would embrace everyone that wanted to share your passion, right? But now we see like, oh no, like I don't want to play with you because you only play 2K and Call of Duty on a TV, and you need to play. You need to have a dual sense edge on a gaming monitor if you want to play 2K with me, man. Right? That sort of thing.
Mm, mm.
And or play anything with me. It's like, oh, you gonna play Street Fighter with the regular dual sense? No, man. You gotta spend $400 on this Comba pro desk setup here. That's crazy, right? If not on a hitbox, it's like you're gonna play against me with a pad, bro. I got a hitbox, so that right, and and then we go back to like Marvel, right? It's like, what the heck, man? It's like we go watch the thing. It doesn't matter. Again, like Marvel is it's what it is today because
Yeah.
we were the ones that knew. I was the one that knew who flipping Iron Man was, and I was there that opening weekend for the first Iron Man, going like, "Yo, Iron Man, let's go!" Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. But man, I can keep going, but I'll let you go for a bit.
Well, no, I'm glad. I'm glad you opened it up, and I think it's a very good actually discussion. Like this is one of those things that like we could have like multiple discussions on. Because when you started
Totally.
off and said, "Hey, I want to have a conversation around gatekeeping, and particularly how it affects like the gaming industry, fandom, and obviously it affects other things, but like just kind of keeping it to like what our show usually talks about, and even in that, there's a whole once you start off, I was like, oh, but which way are we going? Because there's a whole lot of ways you can cover it.
Right.
Because gatekeeping goes into a lot of things. It goes into like elitism, or it can
Yep.
go into the stage of simply saying like, uh, you know, bandwagoning, which is to me is not the same as gatekeeping. A lot of people, have a different way of viewing that, which I'll talk about in a second here. But in general, I think that a lot of people fall into the trap of gatekeeping because they sometimes they confuse fandom with being respect. I mean, it's most respectful way cultish. Like
Right.
when you look at definitively and you do a true study on like cult mindset, and without going into the deep on the weeds, but like these are people who connect on a particular type of ideology, and they feel like they are special, they're better than everybody else because they have a knowledge of something, or they understand something that no one else does, and so their ways make them like more impactful, more knowledgeable than other people, and that everyone else outside them doesn't have it right, and that they're just the only ones that are right. And that can translate a little bit sometimes into fandom, where some people I think gatekeep because they want to have that sense of like, I am so special.
Right.
I know everything about I know everything about PlayStation, and you just got your first PlayStation last week. So therefore, I'm more special than you are. You're just a casual. I'm a hardcore gamer. I'm a real gamer. You're not.
Right.
And it becomes this way of belittling people and not being, instead of saying like, we can all have fun, we can all have our games, we can all have our different experiences. Instead, it says like, no, I'm real. You're not. Let's just look at it this way. That kind of mindset, actually, if that gets too prevalent and becomes the louder voice, which sometimes the negativity can seem like the louder voice. I want to be
Right.
clear. It seems like a lot. It could be like 300 people on the internet barking about something, but 3,000 of these people saying that they're having a great time and they don't care. But those 300 people be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so negative," and they spend all that time talking about it. And like I think in general, just the gaming world, your comic book communities, fandom communities in that way. For the most part, I think when you actually go out and you actually interact with certain people, most of them will be very welcoming of just celebrating the very same thing you love. But you'll meet from time to time people who are a little strange, who will be very argumentative and not very open to just conversation about this in a way of love, but more of a way of like, this is what's this is the way that I see it, and no, and I'm the only one who's right. Like you said, oh, because I play this particular video game on this particular console and that this particular type of hardware, and I have this type of setup, and you don't, so my experience is superior to yours. Like you could be like, I have a real home entertainment system. I've got the Dolby surround sound system, and I've got this thing, and you watch this at home, you don't have the same experience I do. You're not wrong. The experience is definitely going to be different.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you
Yeah.
on that. But differences of experiences or difference of things doesn't make it a superior way. That's what I refer to as more of elitism. That I think it falls a lot of times into the majority of gatekeeping.
Yeah.
But on the bandwagon side, this is the part where I have a little bit of an understanding, because I think this is not. Some people think it's gatekeeping, but it's not. This is the part I think you still have to be careful about. I think communities need to be careful about how they operate on this. But I have an understanding of when people like, we both, maybe growing up were fans of a particular franchise. You were a fan of Metal Gear, right? And like you've been playing it, and you told another friend, I really recommend you play this game. I think it's really great. You shared something that you love with the world. You were open about it.
Right.
This is something you enjoyed and you spoke positively of, and you're always a fan of it. And people are like, nah, man, those Metal Gear games are weak. I'd rather keep playing Call of Duty. Like, yeah, I don't know, right? Like people, and then out of nowhere, another one of their friends is suddenly a fan of Metal Gear. They're like, maybe I should give this a try. And I know they're like, dang, this thing is amazing. And you're like, it's like Timon and Pumbaa, like the thing where it's like, Pumbaa would say one thing, and then when Timon said it, it's like, wow, that's like amazing. I never thought of it that way. It's like the guy just said that 3 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Like there's a little bit of that sometimes happens, where I think sometimes people, I can understand the frustrations where it's like, you're just jumping on this thing because of a particular influence, but you don't have the same love for this thing, that I have appreciation for this thing. And so it makes people feel a little bit like, not that you shouldn't be here, but it makes you feel like you're not as sincere about this. For example, like The Witcher, right? That gaming franchise, people love that thing suddenly when they made a TV show with Henry Cavill involved, because these people thought Henry Cavill was one of the best looking dudes on the planet, and he's on here, and all these girls like, this show is amazing. It's like, you didn't care 2 cents about The Witcher 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like that. Like that's where I could talk about like a bandwagon thing versus like gatekeeping. But even in those
that could be different, because that could be a gateway, right? Oh, I watched the show, now I'm gonna go play the game, right?
You would hope you would encourage them to say, okay, hopefully you'll actually go play the actual game. Like it's all about how we approach it as fans. We could be very bothered. We can be always just trying to keep it to ourselves, or we can try and share it with the community, the larger world. And
Right.
I think that's the way we go. Anyways, I'm ranting.
Yeah.
Obed,
No.
jump in here.
Yeah. No. All good, bro. It's, man, and I think what gets me is like, people discover a new gaming franchise, right? And I'm going to give you the best example that I can give you, because it's fresh in my mind, and it's like, happening right now as we speak. Final Fantasy. Like, there's a lot of people out there that never played any Final Fantasy games, and the first Final Fantasy games they're playing is 7 Remake, 7 Rebirth, and 16. And then they, I love Final Fantasy, and then they love Final Fantasy. They're buying the things, they're buying the merch, right, and they're playing the games, they're streaming, they're having a great time. But then you go down to the flipping comments, which is like, I guess it's human nature, right? You want to hear different opinions and what people are saying. It's like, oh, you're calling yourself a Final Fantasy fan, and like you cannot call yourself a Final Fantasy fan until you played like the Japanese version of Final Fantasy V on the SNES.
Right.
like the most obtuse version of Final Fantasy, like of any of the games, right? Like, oh,
Right.
like unless you play that one, like you can't just call yourself a fan. Like, bro, let people enjoy things.
Right.
Like, oh, I bought this cool TV. Like, I bought this OLED. Like this, 75-inch OLED cost me a ton of money to play PS5 Pro on it, right, or whatever. Play PS5, and it's super cool. Oh, that TV has 15 milliseconds of response time. You should have bought, an MSI, gun maker or whatever the heck the gaming monitor is. 1440p, you get a millisecond response time. And it's like, oh, you're playing it wrong, man. It's like, no one's playing anything wrong.
Correct.
And it goes to like, it goes to the elitism that you were mentioning, right? Because there's these people, it's like, oh no, it's like, well, how dare you play Call of Duty on PS5 on a TV? I play Call of Duty with my 5090 card.
Yeah.
That's like $3,500 on my PC, and I have four, 1 millisecond Dell, whatever the heck name is, ultra sharp monitors, and that's the right way to play it. But then what happens when, you got Jose down in South America, like they all they can afford, man, is their little like no brand TV, and last gen console. Because that's the reality of it, right?
But they're gaming.
They are gaming, and they're doing something they love. So are you more of a gamer, or more of a, I was like, oh no, I was like, I'm better than this guy because I got the setup, and he's playing in his room with his no brand TV on his PS5, on his PS4, right? Like, guys, like it does. At the end of it, and it goes, and the same thing with the retro gaming is that one's what gets me, right? Because I've been diving deep into retro gaming for the last, year or so, and that's something we see. It's like, hey guys, I'm planning on getting an N64. What do you recommend? Oh, get a CRT. But then, fine, you can find a CRT cheap if you dig around like Facebook Marketplace and whatnot. You'll probably find one. You go to an estate sale, go to garage sale, you can probably find a CRT. But then it's like, oh yeah, I got my N64 and I plugged it into my TV and look, I'm playing. Oh, that looks terrible. Oh, you're not using, why are you not getting a RetroTink 4K? That's $700 to connect it to your TV so you can play N64 on it. I was like,
Yeah.
gosh dang it. It's like, why? There's like, please, like, let people enjoy their thing. Like, I found my childhood in 64 and I plugged it into the TV and look, and I'm playing. That's wrong.
Great.
You're not using a scaler, a proper scaler. You're not. Yeah. It's like, come on, guys.
Or like how you and I have had the conversation about like the arcade and like arcade games now starting to come back, right? And some of these are like, there's companies that are remaking these arcade games. Well, you didn't play it back in my day on the original. This is a modded new. This is not the same experience as what I had as a kid. Yep. You don't know what the real arcade games are like.
Right.
Come on.
You want an arcade one-up? Those buttons are trash.
Right.
I mean, they're not wrong, but but they, hey, guys, I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Right? It's an easy mod. It's $30. You can swap all the buttons on the machine. It's fine. It's easy to do. but that's the thing, right? It's like, oh no, if you're not doing it this way, you're doing it wrong. Therefore, I am better than you. And and it's across all hobbies, Joel. It's crazy. It's like, you mentioned the home theater. It's like, oh, you watched a movie on Disney Plus? No, man, I got the 4K Blu-ray and I got a $16,000 surround sound system that I can watch on it. That's awesome, right? It's like, well, you got a sound bar? What the heck is that, bro? It's like a sound bar. That's like the worst you can get. Yeah, and it's crazy, man. And it goes with like, that's the same thing. Like audio, like even audio files is even worse. It's like, oh, you got those speakers, man. You should have gotten these other speakers. They're only like $28,000. You can just get them,
Right.
dude, bro. All I had was like $250. It's like to buy everything, dude. I can't.
Sorry, man. I got bills to pay, bro.
I know. Well, I should have gotten Wilson Audio instead of those
Right.
clips from Best Buy. It's like, bro, that's all I got. It's like,
Right.
I can't, man.
And I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
And I don't
exactly. They
care.
sound okay to me. That's all that matters.
Right. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
By the way, is that new lamp behind you on the show?
I
Looks
moved
good.
it. It was on the other side.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Right? Also,
Yeah.
it looks like we're like the light in the dark side right now.
Oh, yeah. It was like,
You're the Jedi, I'm the Sith.
Yeah, oh, yeah, there you go.
But
Rise of Skywalker.
Shirt on. I don't know.
Rise of Skywalker. Let's go.
But like I've even joked. I've joked on the show, and I want to be clear. Like I think it's like fun, poking fun, but at the end of the day, I have friends that play all consoles, all different things.
Right.
Like, so I'm not like I don't mean this in a mean way, but like I've joked on the show for a while where I've been like, oh, your man's plays only Xbox and he plays, Call of Duty. Like he's a casual. He's not a real gamer. Your man's is a casual. Like I've joked like that. Okay. He's playing games. Let him play. Let him have his fun.
Right.
Like I'm not like just because he doesn't play, something that maybe I enjoy. Maybe he's never played The Last of Us, or maybe he's never, played Uncharted. Like he's not played some of these like big legacy games that are on other devices, or he's never touched a Switch before, or thinks it's kiddie or something. But he's found a niche that he likes. Let him play.
Yeah.
I joke about like, oh, he's a casual and this, whatever. It's a joke, guys. Like I want to be clear. You play your Xbox, keep watching our show.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You play only like, Fortnite, bless you. Like keep playing Fortnite, keep having a good time. Fortnite's actually I think has done great things for the industry.
Yeah.
Like instead of being anti it, like we should thank it because it's helped been a gateway to get people to start getting back into gaming as a new generation get into it and cross generationally and across the world and online gaming. It's progressed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like doesn't mean that all these things are perfect. No, like I think sometimes just because someone complains and they're in a fan community, that doesn't mean necessarily they're always gatekeeping. It just maybe sometimes it's because of something they're passionate about. They want to see something get better. But it's when we don't let other people have their experiences as well and let them enjoy what they're enjoying. That's when we become the villains.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like if you're in the, and that's why I'm bringing it up, right? Because I've seen a lot of like uprise and like, oh yeah, like this is how I'm playing this game. This is my setup, right? And I was like, why are you playing in a game? Why are you playing Call of Duty on a TV? It's like, why are you playing this game on a TV? Why are you doing this thing? It's like, why don't you have where's your CRT for your Super Nintendo? Why are you playing on
Where's your Alienware? Where's your headset?
Yeah,
Where's
exactly.
All the things.
And that's yeah. It's like, oh yeah, like I'm playing this on I'm playing this game on PS5. It's like, oh, I'm playing it on my 4060. Or not 4060. 4060 is like mid-range cheap now. Like on my 5090, bro. I have to put like a substation outside of my house to power this thing, and this thing is like a power hog, and yeah man, and
even just like gender wise, the fact that you have a daughter and you have let her and she loves gaming and you've brought her into the midst and you're raising her to play these games with you and you've bought her own console and these different things. Like that's even a part of like sometimes with gatekeeping that I've seen people do where they're just like, oh, wait until I have a son and then he'll be a gamer like me. Like, what if your daughter wants to play the game? Let her play. Let her have fun
man.
if she wants to. I mean, if she doesn't, then she doesn't. But if she does, like, great. Like, I've seen guys do the stuff like, oh, my girlfriend doesn't understand. She doesn't know these games, whatever. Let me just be over here and go make me a sandwich. Like, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing? We got to call it like we see it, man. It's crazy.
My 10-year-old daughter probably knows more about retro gaming than a lot of these dudes that are out here saying, oh, you need the monitor. You need the monitor, man.
You need the monitor.
Yeah. Like, because she can tell you, it's like, She can tell you like system startup sounds. Like she can tell you which
Yeah.
came before this one and that. Bro, like
Let her have her
she's
fun
doing
because
her
we don't
thing, man.
realize
It's awesome.
she's enjoying it. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
and you know, she loves Mario and loves Nintendo and loves the thing and
We love this.
you know, we went back and played the old stuff and she likes it and then, you know, we could play new stuff. And you and me, man, like you and me have like vastly different like
Yeah, we're different.
you know, taste in gaming. Like if we
Yeah.
like you're more of a, you know, 2K Mario Kart,
Yeah.
you know, Crash Bandicoot
Yeah.
kind of guy. You know, I'm
Yep.
more of a, you know, Persona, Metal Gear, like this quirky, weirder stuff that's out there. And, you know, it doesn't matter, right? I'm not telling Joel that I'm not here as like, Joel, you're playing it
No.
wrong, man. It's like
And I have great respect for you. I'm not like, oh, but only plays these games. He doesn't play these competitive. Like I absolutely have a lot of respect for you. I think it's awesome that we're able to share the things that we like
Yeah.
in our own unique ways and have conversations about it.
Exactly.
I think it's good representation for our show
Yeah.
and what our audience enjoys. Clearly, you guys being with us, I've enjoyed these discussions.
Right. And I can be, you know, I'm going to be frank, right? And I'm just like, I don't want to pat myself in the back or anything. Like I have the gaming monitor. I have,
Yeah.
and I have the set. I have the surround sound system. I have the things, right? I would like for me, put me in the couch, give me a controller, and let me play PS5 on the big TV. I don't care if it has latency, whatever. I don't care, right? I want to be comfortable. I want to enjoy my sound. You give me my good headphones, right? It's like as long as I have good sound, I'm comfortable. That's what I'm immersed. See, I'm more about immersion. I don't care about latency. I don't care about response time. Sit me down and have me immerse on your experience, right? That for me is more important. Like if I wanna play like ideally, right? If I were to like jump back into like fighting games, yeah, sure, you know, maybe try the gaming monitor and whatnot. But dude, everyone's playing on TV, and it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't
Exactly.
freaking matter. That's the thing.
Exactly.
You know, like some kid from Chile beat me up on Street Fighter a bunch of times. Like back in the day when I used to play Street Fighter on PS3, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
for
know.
him.
I don't know what kind of setup they have, but you know, he probably didn't have like the gaming monitor and you know, the fiber internet and all that.
You're
And he
right.
still beat me fair and square a bunch of times. So it is what
Yeah.
it is, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you know, just if you're happy doing it, no one can tell you how to. No one can tell you how to do it if you're doing it right for yourself. That's ultimately comes to that, right? And it's the same thing with like games. It's like, oh, like Call of Duty's trash. Like 2K's trash, like calling games trash. Okay, like there's some games that are arguably trash, right? I'm not gonna.
And there's arguments about why, you know.
Right. It's like there's like those like strange like if you go to
Yeah.
the Switch the eShop and you see all this like you know
You'll
what I'm
know.
talking about, right?
You know.
Hot dog simulator and all this like stupid whatever the
Being a
heck.
hot dog simulator. No, I'm just kidding.
But you know, it's like your least favorite game is someone's favorite game. Like someone loves that stupid game that you hate. Like,
Exactly.
Battletoads is trash. I know a lot of people they love Battletoads. Like, it was like Battletoads is the best game ever. I think Battletoads is arguably a bad game.
Yeah.
But there's people out there that love it, and that's fine, right? It's like GTA's never been my cup of tea. And people
Right.
love it, and that's great, right?
Yeah,
And it's
same.
like Call of Duty. I know Call of Duty games are good, but not my cup of tea. But I'm not playing. But then, you know, I play Persona 5, whatever, and I love it. And there's people out there. It's like like it took 10 hours for me to actually like get started doing something. It's like, yeah, I know. I still had a lot of fun with it. You know, the game's 115 hours long, so it doesn't really matter to me. And then, you know, and you got to be able to also like be aware of the shortcomings. Like nothing's perfect, right? And you know, I can point out things in the story in Persona 5 that's questionable at best.
Sure.
And you gotta be open to be able to criticize what you love. Is like, and that's why when we talk about She-Hulk, right? She-Hulk. We always go back to She-Hulk as the best example. When the first 2 episodes came out, we said, "Oh, it's fun." When the rest of the show came out, it was like, "Oh, it's trash," right? Yeah. And you got to be fair about it, man. And I think that, gaming is as big as it's been ever. Like, it's bigger than movies, bigger than music, right? It's been that way for many.
Combined.
Combined. It's been like that for many, many years.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like an old man, but same thing with anime, right? It's like, oh, what's your favorite anime? Oh, I love Demon Slayer, right? I freaking love Demon Slayer. I'm an old man. And I think
You're not that old,
bro. I'm joking. It's one.
I don't the teenagers and stuff.
Like for me, like Demon Slayer is one of the best animes that I've watched, and I've watched a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I think Attack on Titan, to me, is not only one of the best animes ever, it's one of the best TV shows ever, period, to me, right?
Yeah.
And oh, you like Demon Slayer? Man, no, you gotta watch this other, like, obscure thing. It's crazy, right? It's like, bro, let me enjoy Demon Slayer. Oh, you're watching Naruto as your kid? You should have watched this other thing. Don't care. Don't care. Just watching the thing that I'm watching. That's it, right? And we'll get to that eventually, if ever, right? Oh, you should have watched One Piece instead of Naruto. It's much better. It's fine. It's fine, right? Like, I know I love Dragon Ball, and I love Dragon Ball. My kid loves Dragon Ball probably more than I do. we both love it.
She's your kid for sure.
Yeah. And I know, and I can point out that most of Dragon Ball, if they're not fighting, it's not that great. And I can point it out. It out, right?
Wow.
It's like, I'm a realist, right? And you gotta take those nostalgia glasses off. And it's like, oh, retro gaming is better than gaming now. Really, man? Like, have you gone back and played some of these games? And like, it's tough, especially going back and playing games without like quality of life features, like save points and checkpoints and all that. It's like, it's hard. And I know that there's people that still enjoy that, and that's great, right? I don't have the time for that. Like, give me something that I can manage. That's why it's really hard for me to go back to many of like the old NES stuff, like playing it on the NES. Like, I would rather play, like, this is me, Joel, that I was there with the NES and the Master System and Super Nintendo year one and all that. To me, I would rather play NES and Super Nintendo games on the Switch, on Switch Online, that I can do save state, and I can freeze the game and I can suspend, than play it on the actual Super Nintendo or play it on the NES. Right. I would rather do that.
You're open-minded to this new thing.
Yeah, it's super convenient. I have the NES is still back here. It's plugged in and it's fine. I can play it every once in a while, but I would rather play Mario 3 on the TV than play it here, because on here I can do a save state over here. Every time I turn off the console, I have to start from World 1, right? So yeah, man, you got to be more open-minded. I think people overall need to be more open-minded. And, and we're talking about gaming and movies and whatnot, which is completely trivial, right? This applies to everything in life,
that
right?
Actually matters.
The thing that actually matters, this does apply to that, right? So,
right, no, this is not heart surgery, guys. Like, this is
come on,
just video games.
We can apply it. We can apply it to that,
just
right?
Chill out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the same thing with food, man. It's like when you go to this place that no one knows, it's like, oh, this little hole in the wall burger shop is awesome, and then you go a couple of months later and there's a huge line because people discovered it. Oh, I remember when I didn't have to make a line for this thing. What are these
Wow.
people
Yeah.
doing here?
Wow.
It's the same thing, man. It's on
Wow.
everything.
Wow.
Like,
That's good.
it's like,
That's good.
like people gatekeep burger shops. It's like, it's stupid.
Every year I go to Comic Con, it's the same thing. I
Yeah.
remember when when you could walk up and buy a ticket the day of. Now, ever since Twilight, and it ruined everything, where people started sleeping outside and everyone had to line up, and there's 100,000 people here now, and I'm like,
I
you
bet
know
you've
what?
seen it.
Grew.
Yeah.
The fandom's grown.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And I bet you've seen it. I mean, we've seen it with like how
Yeah.
big conventions have gotten.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is. And you guys got to deal with it. And you got to be more open. And, you know, if someone wants to play 2K with you and they don't have a gaming monitor and a DualSense Edge and they have a, you know, a little TV from Walmart and just a regular controller,
Let 'em go.
why not? Right? Probably going to get beat. That's probably why. You need all this other stuff because you're not good. You need that response time and the DualSense Edge because you're not good. And then this
You need every advantage because you're not that good.
exactly. You need your headset because you need to be able to hear people coming, and your DualSense Edge because you got to map those, you know, custom buttons, and your low latency monitor because you
Dang.
can't see. I mean, I said it.
Wow.
I said it.
You said it.
I said it.
You said it.
I said it. You know, if I'm not playing to be like, if I'm not training for Evo, let me play Street Fighter on my TV. I don't care, right? It's like if I'm training for Evo, I'm gonna get the Evo monitor just because I want to. You know, it's a high stakes situation where I'm gonna win money, right?
Yeah.
If I'm home, if you're streaming and you have a bunch of stuff going on, if you're streaming and your PS5 is going through an Elgato, guess what? You already got latency. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't
Surprise,
matter.
surprise.
It doesn't matter, dude. Yeah, man. No, I wanted to have the conversation with you, but yeah,
Yeah,
like
good
you,
stuff.
yeah, like
Good
you
stuff.
said, we can revisit it for sure because it's,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's a growing irk that I have.
Oh, for sure.
So, let's end it with that.